And welcome back to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, JVaz, and you're watching the JVaz Show. Got my co-host with me today, Red Leaf, and got a special guest with us today. Hold on, why are you laughing? It's Red Leaf. You want me to call you the red rifle? And
no, the black rifle.
We got a. Right, why call you the red rifle?
I have no idea.
We got a special guest with us today, though, from Dallas, Texas. Before we get you there, make sure you follow us on all the social media pages at The JVaz Show. Check out the website, thejvazshow.com. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel where you can find the video version of this podcast and all of our previous interviews as well. And let's get to it. Joining us today, I'm saying you're from Dallas, Texas. Are you really from Dallas?
Yeah,
Dallas,
I'm from
Texas?
Dallas, Texas.
Sonia Kilo, what's up? How you doing?
I'm so excited. Like, we could just... Okay.
We'll add the sound effects to make it sound like...
We'll add it later.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. So you are from Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, I'm from Dallas, Texas. Homegrown.
I was about to say, like, you
Never.
born and...
Yeah, never lived anywhere else. Dallas, Texas, my whole life. I think Dallas and Texas, Houston, Texas is a lot alike, though.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I think Houston, Texas is more cultured with the music. I think Dallas is more like commerce. But like we have all of I think we have similar artists in both Houston, Texas, and Houston and Dallas, and we're able to like coexist.
Yeah.
Austin is kind of weird. I love Austin, but I feel like Houston and Dallas goes to Austin when they want to be weird. Right?
Yeah. I think so. I think you're right. Yeah.
It's the weird. No, Austin is the weird cousin. Like, we don't always hang out with them, but when we do, it's a good time.
It's a great time. Yeah.
South by Southwest and stuff like that. That's what I'm so yeah. Austin is the weird cousin, like you said. So I guess let's start from the top. You're out here in Houston right now. You got a show coming up.
Yeah.
We're not gonna put a date on it because of what we said, but you got a show out here at Lux.
Yeah.
How that connection come about? Who you opening up for? What's the show about?
Yeah. So actually, the first time I ever came to Houston was we're in 2021. Okay, was in 2019, and I actually was on the Asian Doll Tour. So that was the first time I came to Houston, and when I came to Houston, I feel like I got a taste of what it was to be an artist in Houston. And then since then, I never got the opportunity to come back. So last December in 2020, I got to open up a Lil Flip at Lux Tavern. Wow. Yeah, and we did that. But I think the coolest thing about that show was Lil Flip is cool. Like, I don't want to say nothing. He's cool, but it's always when you get to meet people that don't know who you are. Yeah. It's basically like, as an artist, you're going to really, I guess, flex on if you really are able to do this, because if you can't go to another city where nobody like knows you at all and really work that crowd, then you got to go back home and really, work on that craft. So for me, I worked the crowd to the point where everyone was like, come out on this day. So I linked with this one guy. His name's I10 on IG, and he was like, hey, and he's such a cool guy. He bought merch and all this stuff, and he was like, can you come out to my show? I said, I'm going to come out to your show out of love. Like, I'm not going to even tell you, like, this is, I'm not even going to give you the work. I'm just going to be like, I'm going to be there. Where do you need me to be? Just because they showed me so much love when I came out for Lil Flip, and those were genuine connections. So that's something. That's
dope. Just returning the love.
Yeah.
That's dope. Well, I guess, like I said, on the show here, we like to talk about history, taking it all the way back, getting to know the artist. Take us all the way back from where it all started. Well, first, why Sonia Kilo?
That's my real name.
That's your
real
name?
name? Yeah, that's my government official name.
Because you changed it? Or
No, that's my real name. That's my real name.
For real?
So, yeah. So,
that's
Kilo,
so legit. Like,
it comes from Guanajuato, it's actually a small town called Celaya, and El Saus is a small town. And it's real. Like, it's real people. We're really out here.
We're really... That's
where is that?
Celaya is in Guanajuato, in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, yeah.
No, I was about to say, come on, Chris. But no, you're right. Yeah. How would you know? Like,
yeah, I'm sorry.
I just wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I'm just
now,
wondering.
Now, we're going to bring you into the culture right now. You're about to become my hermano, okay?
All right, cool.
That works.
That works for me.
So is that where obviously that's where your family's from, Celaya?
Yeah, so the last name comes from Celaya. And yeah, my family's from Mexico, and I take great pride in that last name because, like, a lot of Hispanic people or Mexican people, when they make the journey here, it's on by themselves. They don't know anything. They built here. So one person came to Dallas, and then he brought his whole family, and then the Kilos, we out here moving.
Moving kilos.
Yeah,
moving kilos.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, because I thought it was a made up name. So I was like,
I think everybody does, and I don't want to be like, this is my real name. But somebody told me, but I mean, like, on my IG and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like Sonia Kilo. That's so legit. Like, it was just.
It is.
But you know, when I want to be fancy, I changed my first name to Sonia. So I'll be like, my name's Sonia Kilo. And sometimes people will pronounce it that way because I guess Sonia is a common way to spell Sonia, which I'm like, it is. But people get confused and they'll say, is it Sonia? And I'm like, yes, it is.
Yesterday I was talking to the other guy I do the show with, content creators, and then he's like, "Who you gonna interview?" And jokingly thinking it was some made up name, I was like, "Sonia Pacas de Kilo." But now that I know it's your name, it's like, damn, it's like I was making fun of her last name.
No, it's okay. Everybody does that, and like I could have merch wise, I could have really, used that and spin off it. But honestly, I was really trying to like pay homage to my last name. I didn't want to go that route because it's not a made up last name. But if people say it, I'm like, I don't care.
I'm just mind blown on the fact that you have an artist name being your regular name. Like,
I think there's another artist in Dallas that in Houston. I don't think she's from Houston. Actually, I don't know where she's from, but she just popped off. She just got signed to a major label and she used that as her artist name. And I was just like, well.
Sonia Kilo?
No.
I was about to say.
She used Kilo as her.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, if it works, it's a common thing. People name their dogs that.
Kilo, yeah.
People name themselves that when they're trying to like beef with someone.
Yeah. Right. That's so dope, man. Like I'm mind blown by the name right now. Yeah, well, that was my next question. How did you get your name?
No.
I was given when I was born.
I was born.
So actually, it was so funny because when I started doing music, my producer was just like, you need to make up a name. I'm like, but why? Like, this is my name. And I understand now why he wanted to do it because, there's so many, you can really spin off some really cool creative names. But I was kind of like, I like my name. I'm just going to use my name.
Yeah. I mean, cause it's legit. So speaking of when you first started, how long you been making music for?
So I've just been doing music since I was 8, but I started songwriting, I think, when I was 14 in Dallas. We had like this huge production in Dallas that some of the biggest artists went through. But I think I found myself as a true artist probably the past 5 years because I started writing more. And then I decided like in 2017, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give this a shot. And I went to the studio and I recorded my first song. And it was okay. It's actually not out there. You can't hear it. It was okay. It did the job. But what it honestly did was it made me go and do it better. And then I put out my EP La Chismosa in 2018, and I worked after that. Yeah, I worked after that, just doing singles and dropping singles, and I was trying to find who I was like as an artist because La Chismosa is an album made up of so many genres. It has pop reggae, it has R&B, it has Megan Rain, which was basically like a huge hip hop song for me. DJ started spinning it, and then when Megan Rain took off, I was like, okay, I have to go this route. So I started dropping more songs like Megan Rain. I dropped The Girls. I dropped Patty Cake. I dropped Double Tap. And I love that side of me. I love, doing hip-hop music. I love rapping. But I missed the other side of me. And that's why I released Homegirl. Because I was like, I know I can do whatever I want. I think that the true side of me in songwriting and being an artist is Homegirl.
Yeah.
So did it make you feel... So I guess what is it like kind of... following the trend of one particular song, does that kind of just make you feel like, well, I don't want to go this way, but I know this is what's going to make me successful for now. Yeah. And then maybe, something like Homegirl comes out later. But how long do you kind of follow that wave? So
I think I played it right. I never disliked any of my rap songs. I loved all of them. I put my heart and soul into every song, and I think I played it right by definitely saying, I know that this is going to get my name out there, and this is more people are going to, listen to it, and it's going to get played in the clubs. And then I knew when the time was right that I could release a project like this where it was more pop and R&B, and my true fans that have been with me from the beginning were going to enjoy it. And I was right because since releasing it since we're not in June. Come on, girl. January the 8th.
Girl, ahead of her time.
Since releasing it since January the 8th, like, I got so much feedback on, they were just like, I love the whole project. And I hadn't released a project since 2018, so that, to me, I was like, this has to fly. Like, I know in my heart the songs I was putting on it were going to be amazing, but I wanted people to love the whole project.
So I want to talk about that project, but before that, I got a question. We got introduced through Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Fuck, I just forgot what it was called.
Yeah.
Clubhouse. And then when I started checking your music out, I started seeing how you were doing a little bit of everything, right? And first I was like, okay, that shows creativity. Why were you doing everything? Were you trying to find yourself as an artist, or you were just kind of, I can do everything, so why not?
I think, honestly, when I first came on the scene, I felt like I didn't have to be boxed in because nobody knew who I was.
Yeah.
So I just tested the waters. But then I realized that I had fan bases in both genres, and I wanted to cater to both of them. Like I wanted to cater to all of them, but I think I can also find the way, because I feel like my hip hop songs are still girly pop. And even though they come with some bars sometimes, I can still bring it back and still be the same me, like still be the good pop R&B side of me that I love. And I will never be able to like probably release hip hop songs that are like I'm moving kilos or anything like that, because it's not me, you know. Like I stick to my style. I know who I am, and I really feel like I catered to both of them, and that's why everything was like all over the place like that.
Yeah.
Do you get pressure to kind of push you into places that you don't want to go, and you're just kind of like, nah, I don't want to do that?
So, you know, like being a female artist, especially a female rap artist, a lot of them are talking mainly about like their body parts. It's not that I don't want to talk about that, because I'll be listening to it and I'll be going bar for bar with them too. Like, yes, girl. But for me, like, I want to make sure that I'm me. Like, nobody tries to make me say things that I would never say on a daily basis. Like, so I never got pressured to do that. But, you know, I knew some of the producers that I work with were like, you know, this is what you got to say. This is what you're in. And I was like, nah, this is what I'm going to say. Like, this is how it's going to go. And, I mean, I definitely say, like, things that are sexual. Or I definitely, you know, cuss and stuff like that. But it's me. It's my version, you know?
Yeah. Again, before we get to your project, I just noticed, I was like, hold on, is that like a wrestler tee? That's catchy as shit. So you got Double Tap was actually a single you put out, correct? It was my last single, yeah. You got other merch coming out?
Yeah, so I've been releasing merch since 2018, and I think that's what really catapulted me as an artist was my brand, because I didn't know at the time when I created La Chismosa that it was going to do what it did, you know. Since I released La Chismosa, it's been on paletas. It had its own shirt. It has a loteria card. Like, that's when I really understood. I understood the business side of it when I did that. And the business side of music, it's like business and then it's music. And it's terrible, you know, that it's that way. But everything is advertising. Yeah. You have to advertise. And so I realized my brand was gonna be, if it wasn't gonna go toe to toe with music, it was definitely gonna outlast my music. Yeah. And so I put a lot of thought into when I release music or release videos to release something that goes with it, because I love my fans, and I know they love me, and they like to see me be creative. And so I released this for Double Tap, and it sold out, and it's limited edition. Actually, I think I have like one in each size, but it got limited edition, and it sold out. And then I have plans for all the upcoming videos and releases. So yeah.
Let's talk about La Chismosa though. Why La Chismosa?
So La Chismosa came out because that project was basically, when I songwrite, it's real stuff. Like, I don't make anything up. Some of y'all are going to go and listen and be like, did this really happen to you? Like, yes, everything happened to me. And when I think about being a chismosa, you know, I was like, if anybody's going to gossip about me, I want it to be me. So I put La Chismosa and being a songwriter hand in hand. So I also think spreading the chisme can also be the good things. You can spread, like, for culture, for you know, all of that stuff. You can be a chismosa about literally anything. But, you know, for me, it's more of like on a positive end.
Yeah.
It's so funny because my Instagram says the friendly neighborhood chismosa.
Yeah.
And when people Google me, it says Sonia Kilo, the friendly neighborhood chismosa. And I'm like, dang, girl, she's spitting bars.
Making music and being a reporter. Watch out.
Yeah.
Your friendly neighborhood. That's funny. So this is something that we've been talking about in my last couple of interviews that we've had, and I want to bring more light to it. So I'm gonna ask you this. Well, first, let me ask you this: how do you feel about being labeled a Latina artist?
I never felt like it was a terrible thing, but it wasn't until 2 years ago, because 2018, I'm telling you, I was just in the game, like, I could do whatever I want. And then when your first year passes, then you're like, hold up, something's not right. I think I realized being a Latina artist was, you either got to be on this side or you got to be on this side. There's no in the middle. There's no middle lane. There's really no middle lane for a Latina artist that doesn't rap in Spanish, do Mexican regional music. Like, if you're going to be doing anything in English and you're Latina, there's no Nothing. There's nothing there. You either try to get boxed in here and get boxed in there, and it's hard. It was hard.
So do you feel like being labeled a Latino artist is like a holdback? Like it holds you back?
Honestly, I love it because I'm a Latina at the end of the day. I'm a Latina, but the thing is, when it comes to music, they don't know what genre to put you in. So I will always be so proud of being a Latina. Also because, again, my brand is me being a Latina. Yeah. A lot of that comes from that.
Yeah, well, La Chismosa.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know what La Chismosa is.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
But, technically other people would be like, what the hell is La Chismosa? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because it's, lately we've been feeling, we started putting a couple projects together as a brand to try to bring light to the Latino artists. And that's why I wanted to ask you that, because we feel like, the Latino artist doesn't get recognized the way it should. And then the other day we're speaking about it and somebody said, well, that kind of holds people back. We're trying to fit into a genre. I get that, but I feel like it starts with us as the Latinos to bring light to ourselves, to the people like yourself, having you on these platforms to get other people to see who you are and help you get yourself out there. And then later on, you don't have to brand yourself as a Latina, but at the end of the day, you're
still going to be Latina. Yeah, you're still going to get reached out to from brands that are, Latino geared, and that's the beautiful side of it is I get to market to, because I'm in the middle, I get to market to whatever I want to market to. It could be Latinos, it could be Blacks, it could be whites, it could be Asians, and I also kind of look Asian, so they be trying to get me to come to their club. I'm like, whatever, it's a party. But I think creating something that's just for Latinos, like if you create like the best Latin artist, whatever, I don't think that's holding you back. I think it definitely is just casting a bigger spotlight on what we already don't have. Yeah. But if you're only going to do that, it's going to limit you.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think definitely, there's lists out there where you'll hardly see.
Is it really, though? Does it really limit you? Look at Snow.
I feel like it's going to limit you because there's so many just great artists. Yeah. That you should be able to be like, you're not Latino, but you're dope. I want to put you on this list.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, you talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, right. I'm talking about you. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, hold on. Yeah, I was talking about you. What do you mean? I was like, me? Have you heard my new single? Nah. Yeah. No. Yeah. So, yeah, you're right. Though, as a platform, that's why we were trying to break one platform into different. Have one platform that focuses on Latino artists, have another one where we bring any artist, period, and then we do one where we've had actors and things like that. Yeah. So just everything entertainment. Yeah. But for the most part, the Latino thing just basically started on our probably about a month ago when we started doing that. But let's talk about you though. Mm-hmm. You just dropped that new EP, right? It's called Homegirl.
Yes.
All right. How many tracks is it? It's
6.
I was about to say 7. 6 tracks. Before I ask you anything about it, I just want to give you credit on. It's called Leave and the Impala one.
Yes.
Those tracks jam. Thank you. And I just want to compliment your singing on there too.
Thank you.
Again, when I first started listening, I was like, okay, she does all this. And I was like, her singing is really dope, man.
I'm all like, it's really good.
Right? I know.
I'm your background vocals.
Own it.
So let's talk about your project, though. 6 tracks.
Yeah.
How long you been working on this project? Who all you have on this project?
Yeah, so I started working on it in 2020. And basically, I knew I wanted to put out a project like this. I was just really recording. And when I had Double Tap, I was like, Double Tap can't go on this project. So we're just going to release it as a single and move on. So I kept looking. The one thing that I don't do a lot is I don't do a lot of collabs. And again, if anybody ever watches any of my interviews, it's never been a secret as to why. The reason why I didn't was because I didn't know who I was as an artist. Yeah. And I didn't want to just collab and not know who I was. It's kind of like when you get in a relationship. Yeah. You don't want to just get in a relationship because you're lonely, but then that's not the right fit for you. Yeah. So I had to figure out who I was as an artist. In 2020, I figured that out. And whenever I was working with the different producers that I did, they really were helping me be true to myself and bring out the types of music that I want to bring out. Like Impala was just like a blessing in disguise because there's this guy named Sandoval. and he's an artist too, but he produced that song and he let me listen to it, and I was like, it's so dope. And then I just started writing to it, and it was funny. Like, I do that a lot. I'll write funny stuff, like it's not take it seriously, but in my head I was like, look, nobody's gonna expect me to say this to this type of beat, so I'm about to do it. And then I just put everything together. Binoculars was the first one that I recorded, and then I did Smile and Feelings on 9 had already been out as singles in 2020, but they didn't get the love because of Smile actually did. Feelings on 9 didn't get that love because it came out right when COVID hit. People weren't trying to hear none of that. Okay, they wanted to know if we were getting locked up or not.
Yeah.
So I threw that on there, so I knew direction I was going. Then I met a producer in Austin by the name of John Summers, and he was just like a breath of fresh air for me because I had been working with one producer for so long that it's like a relationship. You know how it's already going to go, and it's a routine, and you don't have to do too much work. But sometimes you need people to
help push you.
Yeah, to either push you, to focus on you, tell you what you need to do better. And he was just an amazing producer where we created the song Let You. It's kind of a sad song. Let You, but the production behind it was amazing. The vocal production behind it was amazing. The melodies, you can listen to that song and really feel the hurt. That's why I say don't cry. But it truly, like, you can feel the hurt, and it's just, I'm excited to work with both Sandoval and John in this year because we already see like the projects like 5 steps ahead of us.
Yeah, I know you say you don't do a lot of collabs, previous years, but who would you like to work with here in the upcoming this year?
There's 2 hip hop artists out of Dallas called Josh Young and Jason Lyric that have been on my radar for a while to work with. My homegirl Cassandra is going to be doing music. Nobody knows that. Dang it, I probably shouldn't have said that.
Show her on camera.
Yeah.
She's like, no.
My homegirl Cassandra is going to actually start coming out with music too, and I'm actually going to collab with her too on the next upcoming song that I can't wait for everybody to hear because it's one of them go-getter songs, and it's amazing. And then, I just keep like looking for artists that are like different than me because I like to also go into their world. I don't not necessarily, if you're just like me, I don't care. It's not that. It's just, I like to figure out who I can be with you too.
Yeah.
And this vice versa. There's another girl outside. I think she's in California. Her name's MJK, I think. She's dope. So
MJK, no, that's a guy. I know he got long hair now, but
is it?
I'm just kidding.
MGK?
Nah,
just Machine Gun Kelly. That's who he's talking about.
Maybe it's MJT. Maybe it's either MGT or MJT. Okay, it's one of those. I'll let y'all know.
Okay.
So my question is, what's kind of the goal? When do you feel like, when would you sit at a table and be like, you know what, I've made it? Or do you feel like that now?
No, I definitely don't feel like that now.
Okay.
I think releasing Homegirl made me realize that I have so many more projects like that still inside me, and hearing how everybody felt about it and looking at the numbers, like how it's streaming, I'm like, you know what? I don't ever think that I ever found my pocket. Did you ever listen to the Girls? Cash Money, not. Have you ever heard that song?
I've like heard like snippets.
Okay, so that song did really well for me. At a moment, I thought that was it. I thought that's what I had to do. And it didn't make me sad, but I was just like, man, if this is all the music that I'm going to release, I don't really feel like I'm really at my top tier of an artist.
Of course.
So I definitely feel like Homegirl gave me an extra, like, what is it called?
Oomph.
Yeah. There you go. Do it again. An extra what?
Oomph.
Yes. Yes. It definitely gave me that. It gave me more of excitement to continue to do music because even as a songwriter, I want to always write songs like that for other artists. But me being that artist and getting to live that, I think it really makes me want to keep going harder.
Do you feel like Homegirl showed more of your artistic side?
Definitely. I think whenever I sing artistically, how you sing is an instrument.
Yeah.
And you can do anything with your voice. I mean, if you're really good, you can do anything with your voice. If you're not really good, a producer can do anything with your voice.
They add a little bit of auto-tune and you're on your way. You're on your way.
Like all these other rappers, these Main Street rappers.
Yeah.
So as far as Homegirl goes, what's your personal favorite track on there that you feel that you were just excited, like, I can't wait people to hear this one?
Because people had already heard Smile. I love Smile from the beginning.
Smile's dope.
Yeah. So I know people that haven't heard it are going to love that. But my personal favorite, This is gonna be so hard because I love all the producers that worked on it. My personal favorite was definitely Impala.
Impala? Yeah, that was dope. Now let me ask you about Leave. Was that a real story? You said everything you said was
Yes,
real.
all these.
Talk to me.
Leave. I didn't leave my homegirls at the club, but I did. I did not.
Did she?
No, I've
No,
never
she's
left
like,
her.
Let me think.
But it says you make me. It says you make me want to leave. So that's the thing is I've been in love with a point where I've really been feeling somebody so bad that I'm just like, man, I don't want to be here. I want to be with him. Or girls don't really like to show those emotions or show that they're that vulnerable or show, but that's the truth. I think it's a cool thing when you're really feeling somebody so bad to the point where you just want to leave and go be with them right in that moment. Like, whatever y'all want to do, whatever you're imagining goes on. When you leave, that's probably what's going to happen.
What's going to happen? Yeah. Again, you're singing on the album, though. The EP itself is dope, but those two tracks were, when I heard them, I was like, okay, these, if I'm going to have them on repeat, these are it. Like, to my personal liking. Yeah.
I love the harmonies on Leave. I loved how, and honestly, I recorded that song 5 times. Like that, I don't recommend anybody do that. But I knew that whenever I recorded it the first time, I'm like, nope, it's missing something. Whenever your grandma's making like her special dish or whatever, nobody uses measuring cups, okay? In Hispanic households, nobody uses measuring cups. They just
and black ones.
A little bit of this, okay. They'd be like, and then they try to teach you.
Más poquito.
Yeah, and then they're like, you put this, okay, but how much? This much, okay.
You just know.
Yeah, you just know.
You wait for the ancestors to whisper when to stop. Okay, so so it was like that. Making that song was that. I kept like doing it, and then I thought I did it. I thought the sauce was right, and then I'm like, nah, it's missing something. I'll go record it. Did it again. Finally, I finished it, and when I heard it, I was like, this is it. I think the harmonies, I think the way I did Leave, I think that was the best part for me, and the second verse for me when I went off was the best part.
Yeah. So again, Homegirl's available on all streaming services. Make sure you guys check that out. All 6 tracks are banging. But if you're asking me what songs I like, it'll be Impala and Leave. Favorite tracks of the project. What other projects or what else are you working on right now?
So I have some. I think only one person knows this. This was a radio interview, so. No, not a radio interview. It was a phone interview, so it hasn't came out yet. So maybe yours will come out first. I'm working.
Glad you said that, because now we're going to put this out Monday.
So I have a really special collab out of Dallas that I'm excited. I'm super excited. One thing that I love about our culture is just like, when I say our culture, I just mean, honestly, anybody's culture. I love the generation of that are in each culture, basically, of go-getters, small business owners. They dream it. They want to do it, and it's out there. And I have a friend who came out with Sarape treats, which is like Mexican candy, and it kind of blew up for me. It blew up in Dallas because I love it, and like anytime I put somebody on, they love it too. And she wanted to collab with me, and I'm coming out with my own candy, and so
that's dope.
Yeah, and so it's gonna be out soon because they just showed me the packaging and all that stuff, and it's gonna be out soon. And then we got more music videos coming out, more merch. I'm going to be doing this. If you guys want to come to Dallas, we have a DFW vintage swap meet, which is huge, okay? It's like the best of the best in sneakers, the best of the best in like vintage, T-shirts, all this stuff. And the cool thing about it, I grew up watching wrestling. Like I love Stone Cold Steve Austin. I have a lot of memorabilia. I know it's really weird. I don't understand why I was like that. But it's just some things you
Is that why you, because that design is like a wrestling design.
No,
like for real. It reminds me of like the
look at the dog.
Degeneration X and stuff. Yeah.
So I don't know why I was like that. I just was. And I'm not ashamed to say it because I still have all my stuff. But
if you ever want to sell it, just let me know.
Yeah, no, I don't. People be trying to get it. So, but the coolest thing about the DFW Vintage Swap Meet that's coming up March, I think it's March 20th. If I have the date wrong, I'm sorry. Basically, they're going to have live wrestling. I'm going to be performing in a ring. And I was like, listen, Lord, if this is where you want me to retire, I'm about to retire. 'Cause I was like, both of my dreams are coming true.
Performing in a ring. That is dope.
Like,
That's pretty dope.
Somebody going to like throw a beer to me and I'm just going to.
Let's talk about your candy, though. Do you have a name for it? Can you even speak on the name of the candy yet? Or is it?
I feel like I'm saying so much. Just stay tuned.
Come on,
okay?
Chismosa. Come on.
Just stay
Our
tuned.
friendly neighborhood Chismosa don't want to talk now.
No, please, just stay tuned because I don't want to give too much. I really want everybody to really love the product and be like, dang, we never expected this. You know, if I tell y'all, then they're gonna be like, we know what it's called.
La Chismosa brand. You heard it here first. No, I'm just kidding. She's like, damn,
brand.
that's what it's called.
No, it's not.
No, that is dope though, to have your own candy and stuff, because honestly, I don't think I've seen people with their own soda drink, but it's not their own. It's just their face on a brand that's already out there.
Yeah.
So to have your own. Okay, well, let me ask you this, if you can tell us this. So it's like Mexican candy, or what kind of candy are we?
Yeah, it's Mexican candy, but what they do is they make it. So, you know, all the pica pica, they make it.
Yeah.
like,
Pica pica.
Yeah, they
Pikachu.
make it. Yeah.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. No. Hey, if anybody's watching this, then the ads come up next is going to be Pokemon.
Right.
Probably. Want to catch them all?
Yeah.
Tune in. No.
But yeah, so they make that, and they basically create their own concoction, and they release it like that. And I've had it at my video shoots. I've had it. I would have had it here too, but I know, I'm sorry. And they used to have somebody that sold it in Houston. They used to have somebody that sold it in Houston, but they said that Houston out here, that people go really hard for their candy out here for their own city. So I was like, dang, so am I going to get shot if I bring it? Because like, I'm not trying to go out like that. I'm not trying to be the first celebrity in 2021
for bringing her own candy.
So I was like, I'm gonna wait.
Were you involved in the process of making the candy? Like, did you pick like the?
So I get to pick the candies that I like.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And it's candy. It's chamoy. It's They also have what else? They have a lot of stuff. So
Stuff's good.
definitely, you know, when I come back out, I'll have it, and I won't be scared. I'm really not scared.
We'll try it on here live for the first time. Let you know how we feel
We're
about
gonna
it.
have bulletproof vests on.
It's funny you say that. We are in Greenspoint.
We
I
are.
don't know if you know about
Greenspoint,
Greenspoint. They call it
Guns
Point.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not
She's
in
like,
the.
damn.
Dang.
That's why I had to get my license.
Damn. Can y'all walk me to my car?
They call me the Black Rifle.
Connie, you know what? Connie is I licensed to carry Connie because she be coming out there like ready, like hammer time.
Oh, that explains the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, like that explains.
She keep that thing on her for real.
It's funny. No, but that's dope though. On Candy, got your EP at the beginning of the year comes out, and
You're really going hard on that branding.
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank
yeah. Because again, that
comes
candy
natural.
thing is.
Yeah, I think my branding comes so natural that it basically doesn't put any pressure on me.
Yeah.
I do whatever comes to mind, whatever. Like, I could be talking to somebody about their brand. I'd be like, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. And they're like, I never thought about that. And that's a gift. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and package it. No, it's a gift, and I'm really blessed that I have that because, like I said, I can focus on my music and know that when I hear the music, I know what's going to pop with it, what's going to go hand in hand with it.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Well, shit, once again, first I want to say I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming out here. This is dope. Best of luck to you. We'll stay in contact, and good luck to you tonight.
Thank you.
Kill it.
Thank
I've seen your clips of you performing.
Yeah.
You know how to work the crowd, so that's dope. Homegirl is available on all streaming services. Once again, make sure you guys check it out. Give her a follow on Instagram at Sonia Kilo. And that's Kilo with a K.
Yeah.
For some reason, you don't know how to spell Kilo. But
With the C?
Yeah.
Get out.
Don't know.
get out. No, but again, not just your Homegirl project, but all the other projects are dope. So make sure you guys check that out. Tab is also a single that she's got available. Check out the merch. And we'll be on the lookout for that candy.
Thank you. I know it's okay. It's double tap.
Double
but
tap.
thank you guys
I said
so
tap
much.
twice.
Yeah.
Tap.
He just double tapped it for us.
Double tapping. No, but thank you guys so much for inviting me. I'm excited, like, you know, to just see where you guys go in 2021. And I know I'm going to go hard for y'all and y'all go hard for me. So I'll definitely bring you candy. Like, I'm not scared, y'all.
Don't forget,
I'm telling
please.
You. I'm like, can you meet me at the border? Like, what's the town outside? not Conroe. What is it, Conroe?
Outside of here?
Yeah. No, it's outside
coming
of
from
Houston.
Dallas?
Yeah, it's Conroe, right?
Waco?
Is Conroe is the Conroe hood too? Oh, I'll meet y'all there.
I'll meet you wherever. Yeah.
Hey, for real. Nah, we should be going to Dallas pretty soon, so we'll link up. Hopefully you have the candy out by then, and we'll give it a try, and we'll try it on the show. Let you know what we think.
Cool.
Once again, Sonia Kilo's in the house, and follow us on other social media pages. Give her a follow, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let us know what you think, who you would like for us to have on here next.
Yay! Bing, 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 bing.